For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. The Apostolic Penitentiary, Penitentiaria Apostolica, also known as the Tribunal of Conscience, has been shrouded in mystery since its establishment by Pope Alexander III in 1179. It has never disclosed details about the cases it handles. The Catholic Church considers these cases so grave that only the Pope can forgive the sins committed. However, seeking to present a more transparent image of the Vatican and encourage more people to confess, the tribunal organized a 2-day conference in Rome, during which it discussed its primary mission and internal workings. Although it is the oldest department of the Holy See, it is not well known publicly, mainly because of its very nature dealing with secret matters, said Bishop Gianfranco Girardi, the tribunal's second highest official. While priests and bishops can hear confessions involving grave sins such as murder or even genocide, the tribunal handles offenses the Church deems even more serious. These include attempts to assassinate the Pope, abuse of the secrecy of confession, where a priest reveals the nature of the sin or the identity of the penitent, or a priest who commits a sexual act and then offers absolution for it. A third category of cases under its jurisdiction involves a man's direct involvement in abortion, even simply paying for it, and who then seeks to become a priest or deacon. That is an irregularity, and means he should not be ordained unless pardoned by the Pope, said Cardinal James Francis Stafford, an American and head of the Apostolic Penitentiary. Desecration of the host during communion, which Catholics believe represents the body and blood of Christ, is also considered an extremely grave sin, and such cases are reportedly increasing. Cardinal Stafford noted incidents where people received the Eucharist and then spat it out or desecrated it in other ways, sometimes during satanic rituals. In July of last year, an American university lecturer, to emphasize freedom of thought and religion, drove a nail into a host and then threw it away. Paul Myers of the University of Minnesota later said, "I pierced it with a rusty nail. Then I just threw it in the trash." Question everything. God is not great. Jesus is not your Lord. Such sins, only the Pope can address them through the tribunal, lead to automatic excommunication. If the Pope decides to forgive the sin, the excommunication is lifted. A study by Italy's Catholic University of the Sacred Heart found that 47% of Italians either do not confess at all or have not done so in a very long time. 1. Pope Stephen VI, also known as Stephen VI, reigned 8996–897. Horrifying yet true, Stephen VI exhumed the body of his predecessor, Pope Formosus, dressed it in papal vestments, and placed it on a throne to put it on trial. Accusations were shouted at the corpse, which could not respond. Formosus was found guilty. His papal acts were annulled, fingers of blessing were cut off. His body was thrown into the Tiber River. Later it was recovered and properly buried, but Stephen Villa was imprisoned and strangled shortly thereafter. 2. Pope John XVI's reign 955–964, elected at around 18 years old. John Zexa turned the papal palace into what contemporaries described as a brothel. He's accused of adultery, rape, incest, invoking demons, even murder. Supposedly he died of a stroke in the arms of another man's wife. 3. Pope Benedict is the papacy's 3 stints 732 and 1044–1045. 748. He became pope in his early teens, sold the papacy to his godfather, reclaimed it later, and reigned a total of 3 separate times. Benedict IX was widely described as morally depraved, indulgent in violence, orgies, and considered a demon in priest's disguise. 4. Pope Boniface VI, reigned 1294–1303. A combative pontiff obsessed with papal supremacy, he issued a bull claiming all humanity must be subject to the Pope. He provoked wars, sacked cities, and was eventually captured. Dante placed him in the 8th circle of hell in the Divine Comedy. 5. Pope Sixtus IV reigned 1471–1484. He fathered illegitimate children, including one with his own sister, yet imposed strict moral discipline, levying a tax on prostitutes and prosecuting priests with mistresses. He was also involved in conspiracies like the Patsy plot against the Medicis. 6. Pope Alexander VI Rodrigo Borgia reigned 492–1503. Perhaps the most notorious Borgia pope, infamous for rampant nepotism, simony, open mistresses, at least 9 known illegitimate children, and orchestrating assassinations, including rival cardinals. The Banquet of Chestnuts. Scandal epitomized his decadence. History Collection 7. Pope Leo XI reigned 1513–1521. A Medici pope known for opulent spending and financing St. Peter's Basilica through the sale of indulgences. His corruption sparked outrage. Martin Luther's 95 Theses targeted these practices and ignited the Protestant Reformation. 8. Pope Julius II reigned 1503–1523, dubbed the Warrior Pope. He led armies, expanded the Papal States through conquest, and prioritized politics and warfare over spirituality, even while commissioning major artistic projects like Michelangelo's ceiling. These 8 popes are consistently named in historical sources as among the most scandalous and notorious in church history.